Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Callie. This is my channel. Really random channel. Today's no different because I'm going to just be talking random, maybe, talking about what's going on in my life and how I'm doing. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you check out the videos. It's, like I said, a very random channel, and if you have yet to, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So today I mainly want to talk about kids and my healing progress and things like that. So first is, wow, kids, right? Kids. Like, that's all I can say. Like, I love kids. I love kids so much. But wow, they are incredibly high energy beings. I don't know if it's all kids, if it's just my kid, if it's boys or what, but my son is got a Mars dominant energy, right? So there's a thing called ennealogy, and basically it describes archetypes people have and the characteristics they display from the day they're born or their parents' energy, and it's going off of the planet and how we view their energy. And he has a Mars dominant energy, which is a 9, and he is all bit of that. Like, without earth and without the water, he would literally just be on a destroying rampage all day. And yeah, so I have to literally keep him busy doing stuff. And he's got that Mercury energy, so he is always wanting to learn. He's always wanting to, like, go out and explore and just learn and absorb knowledge around him and the world around him and see how things work. He's just very curious. So when he gets bored, he automatically results to destroying things, destruction. So yeah, it's definitely been a thing all day where it's just like, what do I do to, one, avoid emotional meltdowns, because maybe I try too hard to not let my kid cry, but when he cries, it's like this crazy feeling that I get, and I just am like, either I completely shut down or I go into like this, sometimes I can handle it. I'm not saying I can't handle when my kid cries. I'm just saying when he cries, it has this physical effect on me where I'm just like, I feel like the output of his energy is so intense that it's like almost assaulting in a way. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just like a high amplification of energy that comes out of him, and me being very sensitive to energy, I can feel it at an immense level. So I'm really thankful for his dad in that aspect, because when the emotion starts coming out and I can't handle the extremity of it. When they scream, they have tantrums for like no reason. Just random stuff will throw them into the fit, like his truck coming apart, or just random things. He can't have the marker because, look at this. I gave him, I was gonna, I was with him right there. I was like, okay, he can have the marker because I have this board, and basically I have these laminated posters where I teach him stuff and I can write on it with a dry erase marker. So I was like, I'll let him. First thing he did, he didn't have that marker in his in his hand for 2 seconds. He whoosh, he stabbed me, and then whoosh. I mean, I don't know. I'm watching my back. Like, I'm watching my back. Because I don't think, but you just don't know. Like, kids, I don't know if they know. Like, when your kid hurts you and they laugh, like, they think that's funny. But, like, when does that go too far? Like, I don't know. I'm watching my back, though. Like, I'm not saying I don't trust my kid, but I don't know. I'm in uncharted territory for sure, because kids have been, so, like, my partner, his father comes from a family, the mother had like 12 kids. They're Asian, and she had 12 kids. How she managed, she do have 12 or 8. How she managed to have so many children, I don't know. I think it's amazing, but also like the strength that woman has to have, because she didn't even really have her husband there. He died at 40 to take care of these children. So just Granny, your heart. They lost her this year due to COVID, but anyway, well, we don't know if she had COVID, but you know that a lot of people who did have problems this year, mostly everything was, COVID. It was COVID. It was, so we don't know. But anyway, his mother comes from, less, but you can tell he has a very patient, calm way with children, whereas I come from, I got some interesting genetics for one, but I come from a family, my grandparents only had 3 girls. My father's side, they fostered children and they had a lot of kids, but the influence I was raised with was my mother and her mother. They had 3 girls, and my grandma, I love my grandma, but she's intense. She's an Italian Irish woman, and she's fierce. Like, you don't mess with grandma. One time I called up grandma. She's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Grandma, you know who it is?" And she's like, "No, who is this?" Because I called on a new number. And I'm like, it's me. It's Jessie. And she's like, "Oh, hey." But she'll bite you. And my mom had 2 kids, me and my sister. And so, and my mom is amazing. Man, my mom is amazing. A very high energy, loving, beautiful, soft, gentle woman. But I will say that I don't know if, like, kids was my family's strong suit. Like, they weren't all about kids, how to raise kids. They were like, "Hey, I got some kids. Let me do what I got to do." They took care of us. But I don't know if, like, kids was there, like, yeah, I'm all about kids. Like, some people are just like, their life purpose is to have kids. And then some people just have kids and they roll with it. They ride with it. Like, I'm going to make this work. For me, I was never going to have kids. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. I was never gonna have kids ever. And then I got sober in 2016. I started doing a lot of meditating and yoga and coming into union, with myself, my soul, my almighty me, right? And during my meditations, I kept getting this feeling, this sense that I had to have kids. And, my human self was like, no, 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 we're not going down that road. And it was like, well, as a woman, my sole purpose is to procreate, and that's the only way your DNA can live on in the physical realm is if you have children. It's almost like a vehicle that carries your spirit on children, right? All right, I'm going deep. So anyway, I fought it, and then the universe was like, okay, well, you fight it all you want, but here is a man that you're supposed to have a child with. And I was like, no, no, no. I didn't, and what's funny is he actually didn't want children either. He didn't want kids at all. He felt just like me. We're like the same person in different bodies, raised in completely different cultures. He's born in South America. I'm born in the north of North America. So it's like 2 different beings, but somehow we have like such a resonant soul that everything, when it came to kids, we're on the same page, and that's a blessing because, but yeah, it's really crazy, and here we are. We have kids and we're learning, and it's almost like, I look at children in an interesting way because it's like me, I know that I am the mergence of energy between my mother and my father. And so it's like, I feel my mother's energy very strong. I have her traits, her behaviors. It's like, I have all of that. And then my father's energy, I feel his energy very strong because he's got very intense, well, they both have very intense energy, but his is, so with my dad, you got the Spanish and you got the English, and it's very, I feel like those 2 genes, if you look at history, they were very predatorial. I don't know, not predatorial, but just, they took over, they conquered things, they did some things, and it's like, was it right? I don't know, because it's like, my father's ancestors kind of did some real terrible things to my mother's ancestors, and it's like all of that energy is living within me in the same body, and it's like my mother and my father I'm not crazy. It's just like I'm observing myself always, because that's part of a healing journey, and all of my observations come back to things my parents did or do, things I picked up. Of course, I have my own mind that is formed to my experiences, but a majority of it is things I've learned and picked up from them. And then obviously I have my cognitive thinking, and I can put things together and reason based on my own experiences. So I'm not my mother and my father. I am a evolution of them. But yeah, it's crazy. And so I can see how, well, to be honest, with my son, I didn't really know his father that long. Like, one day I'll tell you guys the story. It's a crazy story, but it's a beautiful story. But I mean, we didn't live together physically for a long, long time, So it was like we're learning each other, how we work, how we move, our souls, our minds were very interactive and connected, but it's like how a person lives, how a person cohabitates is a whole nother story, and learning that is another thing, and then being able to work your energy with that energy, and it's like doing a whole dance, and then you add a child to the mix. Well, man, I can see why relationships can be so hard, and I'm just thankful that I can see where my mother and my father, because his parents stayed together for their 50 some years. My parents split after 2, so I can see how things would trigger that energy that would be like, oh, I need to run away, and it's like you have to make the decision, for my parents, it's just sometimes nature decides when a child comes, and it's like you don't have a whole lot of say. But I don't know, I got off on a tangent and I don't even know where I was going. But yeah, kids, crazy kids. 12 minutes. I think I'm going to end this because if y'all have any tips on how to get a baby to stop destroying things, let me know in the comments below, because not destroying things, basically my plants. Right? I had to take my plants out of here, and I can't have my plants in the bedroom. For a couple days now, he's been going in the room and laying down on his own and taking a nap. So that's what he's doing. Why I'm able to even talk is because he's taking a nap. But yeah, I have to really watch all my plants, because in 1 minute it's sitting there and the next he's dumped it out, and I've had to repot them, and just it's crazy. And I mean, while I say that, I know it's just you watch your baby like a hawk. I don't have anything that I lock him in, I kind of wish I did. Like how some parents will put their children in like a high chair and they'll strap him in and they can't go nowhere. Or like we used to have this thing that he would stand in, but he's obviously big now. So I don't have anything to strap him in, but I feel like if I did strap him in times when I need to cook and do things like that, it would be better. But it's learning how to maneuver a child, and well, it's not even just a child. It's like taking care of a child, making sure they don't destroy everything in 5 minutes while you cook and clean and do all the things you have to do. I had to completely just quit my business. I didn't quit, but I've taken a hard pause when I broke my collarbone, because it was like, if I can't every day wake up, get food for the whole family, and at least exercise a little, do some connection with my body, which I'm going to be posting some body communication here any day, just whenever I get them uploaded, but how I do at least those 2 things, food and physical connection or exertion, before I do anything else. I'm on the basics right now, learning how do I feed myself and everyone else, because all day it's like, okay, scrambling around, gotta do this, okay, now I gotta feed the birds, now I gotta feed the dogs, now I gotta feed the baby, now I gotta feed myself, okay? Don't have time to eat because the baby's destroying this, he wants to do this, so it's like all day I'm trying to play catch up, because I can't get the meal thing down for, a lot of people, and just organization. I'm just trying to get organized, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I'm done. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I will see you all next time.